He stood in the middle of my new living room, arms folded, jaw tight, voice full of disbelief, and barked, "Where do we sleep?" I didn't flinch. "You don't." The silence afterward was thick, suffocating. My sister's kids clung to her coat sleeves. Her husband avoided eye contact. And my father? He looked at me like I'd slapped him across the face. Good. He had no idea he was standing in the middle of the consequence. They raised me to be obedient, the fixer, the peacekeeper. Every holiday, every family function, I bent, folded, shrank to keep them comfortable. When my mother died, it got worse. My father handed my sister the crown and me the responsibility. She got the praise. I got the expectation. When I got the job offer out of state, a promotion I fought years for, I thought maybe this time they'd show up proud. My own place, my own name on the door. I invited them before I unpacked my last box. I should have known better. 2 weeks before the move, he called. Casual tone, like he wasn't about to light a match. "You'll need at least 4 bedrooms. Me, your sister, her husband, the boys. Make sure we all fit comfortably. Don't waste money on anything small. We'll be staying long." No can we, no would it be okay, just assumption. I laughed. Honestly, I did. I thought he was joking. He wasn't. When I told him I signed the lease on a modest 2-bedroom, he exploded. What kind of selfish daughter doesn't make space for her family? Are we supposed to sleep on the floor like dogs? That line stuck. Dogs. That's how they saw themselves in my space, because I'd denied them a throne. I didn't argue, I didn't explain, but I remembered. I started small. I didn't tell them when I furnished the place, didn't send pictures. When they asked, I said, "Still unpacking." I bought a beautiful sleeper sofa, just one, enough for 1 adult visitor, not 5 uninvited squatters. I framed photos of my milestones, not the family portraits they used to hang in every hallway. I left the 2nd bedroom bare, save for a desk and a locked filing cabinet. My sanctuary. When they arrived, it hit them like a wall. He stormed through the apartment, opening doors like he owned the place. When he realized the 2nd bedroom wasn't theirs, his voice dropped to a growl. "This isn't acceptable. We can't sleep like this." My voice was steady, practiced. "You weren't invited to stay." His face turned red, then purple. "We came all this way." "You assumed you were welcome. You weren't." My sister gasped. Her husband stayed silent. They weren't used to this version of me, the one with boundaries, the one who'd stopped begging for scraps of affection in exchange for servitude. They left that night, slamming the door like they expected me to chase after them. I didn't. But that was only the beginning. They thought they could guilt me into obedience, thought the silent treatment, the snide remarks through family group texts, the "how dare she" comments whispered to aunts and cousins would bring me crawling back. I stayed quiet, watched, then I made my move. The next family event was my nephew's birthday, a backyard party. I RSVP'd yes and showed up early, with gifts, real ones, not the last-minute kind my sister gave my son. I played with the kids, helped set up, brought a homemade cake. I made myself present and kind, not to them, but to everyone else. The whispers started within the hour. "She's glowing. She seems different. Did you hear she bought a condo on her own?" They noticed. More importantly, my father noticed that the room respected me without him in it, that I was no longer the shadow. Then came the last blow. I found out he used my name to co-sign a loan for my sister's car without asking. That's when the mask came off for good. I hired a lawyer, sent a formal cease and desist, reported the fraud. He called in a panic when the bank froze their account. "You're tearing this family apart." I let him yell, let him spit every venom-soaked word he could summon. And when he finally stopped to breathe, I gave him nothing but silence. Then I hung up. The day he came to my door in full-blown panic, begging me to fix it, I didn't let him in. He stood there, stunned, furious, powerless. That's when I realized he never wanted a daughter. He wanted a servant, and I just quit. I wish I could say it was easy, that I walked away and never looked back. But cutting ties isn't painless. It's surgery. And sometimes the bleeding continues long after the wound is clean. But I'd rather be alone in a place I built than surrounded in a house where I was always outnumbered. Now my apartment is quiet, peaceful. It smells like coffee and ambition, not guilt. And if he ever asks again where he sleeps, I'll say it slower this time. You don't.